Before history was written, it was whispered. Welcome to Across the Veil, a place where myths, gods, and forgotten legends still breathe. Here, we cross the boundary between story and belief, exploring the myths that shaped civilizations and the tales that refuse to fade. Sit back and step with us across the veil.
What if the thing you wanted most was actually the thing you were most afraid of losing? What if you asked for protection and received isolation? What if your greatest wish came true and the world went silent because of it? This story is not about greed. It's about fear pretending to be desire, and how one man learned too late that some gifts don't enrich you, they erase you. This is the story of King Midas, long before his name became a warning passed down through generations. King Midas ruled the ancient land of Phrygia. His kingdom sat at the crossroads of the known world, where merchants carried grain, silk, spices, and metal. Between east and west, trade routes fed his cities, rivers nourished his fields. His armies were loyal, his borders were secure. From the outside, Midas appeared to be one of the luckiest men alive, but abundance did not bring him peace. Midas had grown up watching fortune change without warning. A failed harvest could destroy families. A broken alliance could collapse kingdoms. Power, he learned, was never permanent. Security was always fragile. So he searched for something that could not disappear, something that could not rot, burn, or betray him. Gold. Gold did not age. Gold did not argue. Gold did not leave. Where other kings saw wealth as a tool, Midas saw it as protection. Each night, after the palace halls fell silent, Midas walked alone through rooms stacked with treasure. Coins filled chests. Goblets lined shelves. Offerings from distant lands reflected torchlight back at him. He would lift the gold in his hands and feel its weight. The sound of metal striking metal calmed him, but the comfort never lasted. The more gold he owned, the more he feared losing it. And fear, when left alone, always demands more. One autumn morning, palace guards found an old man asleep in the royal gardens. His beard was tangled with ivy. His clothes were stained with wine. An empty jug lay beside him. The guards laughed and prepared to throw him into the streets. But when Midas arrived, he stopped them. The old man was Silenus, the teacher and companion of Dionysus, god of wine, madness, and transformation. Sensing something sacred beneath the filth, Midas ordered Silenus brought inside. For 10 days and nights, the king hosted him with feasts, music, and conversation. Silenus spoke freely about the gods, about fate, and about how humans misunderstand happiness. He laughed often, but beneath the laughter was a strange sadness, as if he carried truths mortals were never meant to fully understand. On the 11th day, Midas personally escorted Silenus back to Dionysus. The god was pleased. To return Silenus unharmed was a rare act of kindness. As a reward, Dionysus offered Midas a gift. One wish. Ask for whatever your heart desires most. The moment felt heavy, as if the world itself had paused. Midas did not ask for wisdom. He did not ask for peace. He did not ask for love or time. He asked that everything he touched turn to gold. For the first time, Dionysus hesitated. This gift will not bring you happiness, the god warned. Think carefully. But Midas smiled. To him, this was certainty, control, safety, and so the wish was granted. At first, Midas believed he had been chosen. He touched a stone, and it hardened into gold. He brushed a wooden table, and it gleamed like treasure pulled from the earth. Flowers froze into perfect metallic replicas of themselves. Servants gasped. Courtiers bowed. Word spread through the kingdom like wildfire. Midas laughed louder than he ever had. He believed he had conquered fate itself. But the celebration did not last. When Midas sat down to eat, the bread hardened before he could tear it. Wine thickened and froze inside the cup. Fruit shattered against his lips like glass. Hunger struck him with sudden terror. Gold could not nourish him. Gold could not sustain life. Still, worse was yet to come. Hearing her father cry out, Midas's daughter ran to him. She wrapped her arms around him, trying to comfort him. The moment he touched her, her warmth vanished. Her breath stopped. Her body became metal. A perfect golden statue stood where his child had been. Midas screamed until his voice broke. The palace that once gleamed with triumph now felt like a tomb, starving, grieving, and surrounded by wealth that mocked him. Midas fell to his knees. He begged the gods, not for riches, but for mercy. Dionysus returned. "You have learned," the god said quietly, "but learning has a cost." He commanded Midas to travel to the river Pactolus and wash away the gift. Midas walked alone, stripped of pride and gold. When he entered the river, the golden power flowed from his body into the water like poison leaving a wound. The river shimmered as gold dust settled into its bed. From that day on, the Pactolus was said to carry gold. The curse was lifted. Midas returned a changed man, not because the gold was gone, but because he finally understood what it cost him. The palace still stood. The walls were still tall. The kingdom still waited for its king. But when Midas walked through the halls, they no longer felt like home. Every room reminded him of what he had once valued and what he had almost destroyed. The echoes were louder now, the silence heavier. He no longer touched gold, no longer counted it, no longer trusted it. Some say he ordered the treasures sealed away. Others say he gave much of it to his people, and some believe he simply stopped looking at it altogether. Because gold, once worshipped, had revealed its true weight. It could not warm him. It could not feed him. It could not bring back what was lost. In time, Midas abandoned the lavish court life he once craved. He left behind the endless feasts, the crowds, the praise that had once fed his pride. Instead, he sought quiet places, forests, fields, rivers that flowed without caring who ruled them. Some say he followed Pan, god of wild places and simple joys, learning to listen instead of command. Others say he ruled still, but softly, with fewer words and fewer demands. Gold still flowed through the river Pactolus. It still shimmered beneath the water, tempting travelers who passed by. But Midas never returned to claim it. He had already paid its price, and so his story endured, not as a tale of greed, not as a warning about riches alone, but as a reminder that what we reach for in fear can quietly turn our lives to stone, and that some losses cannot be undone, only understood.